But I feel fine. I feel good.
How was the show yesterday?
They're all good. We broke some windows yesterday. Yeah, so it was great. Our sound.
Why? What happened?
Well, it was a place that has. It was very strange because it has a lot of large windows around the building, and when we arrived at the show, Rat were playing, and the building we hear it going. We didn't know what happened, so we did our show and went back to our dressing room, and our sound man came in and said, broke 3 windows today. We went, yeah, because that's the goal, I think, of all rock people, to break things.
So what about this compilation album? Did you choose the songs for it? Was it hard?
I did not choose the songs for it, no. They had come to us with the idea and said, would you like to choose them? We'll give you a chance to have control. And they told us what songs they had chosen and said, if you want to take them away or add to them. And I said, I thought you did a great job. They did a wonderful job. And we left it to them. I think you should leave that kind of professionalism to professional people who do that. I'm perhaps too close to the songs. Maybe I would choose things that would be wrong. But in their minds, they chose songs as fans, not as the artist. So I think they did a wonderful job. And what we gave to them were only photos that they had not seen before, both for here and Japan. And of course, the people in Japan always demand more than the people anywhere else in the world. I don't know if you know this, but in Japan, they always get one more song than everyone else does. And I always said, why do you deserve one more song? And the answer is because the prices are so high for their albums there that people will bootleg, or not bootleg, but they'll import them from other places, so they'll lose their money there. And I understand that. But it makes it very difficult for the artist because, especially for Magica, when we had done Magica, they said, well, you need one more for Japan. Well, how can I write one more song that doesn't need to be there? We've written Magica because this is Magica. How do you expect us to do one more song for you that shouldn't be given to people in Scandinavia or in America or in South America? So what we did was we gave them an instrumental. So that made it really easy. But as far as the compilation thing goes, we just were very happy to sit back and say, you did a wonderful, wonderful job. Thank you so much. And it was for me, it was a real honor for them to do that for me, just as we've had a few tribute albums in the last couple of years. And that was wonderful for me. I never thought anyone would do that in my life because I don't really consider myself so important. I think it's important that you don't think that you're important, because if you think you're better than everyone around you, I think that makes you an even smaller person than I am, but smaller inside, not smaller outside.
Are you planning a new album already or anything new?
Yes, we've been on the road for well over a year now, and so I must take some time away from it. After a while, you lose your perspective, and you can become rather disappointed in life when you're out here too long. You have your family's not here, and you see them very occasionally, and I don't see my dogs and my cats, and that kills me. I have to see them. I'll die without them, or they'll die without me. In fact, my dog did die on the road last year. Yeah, and it broke my heart because he was my best friend on the face of the earth, and he was 10 years old, and he was a big Newfoundland dog, and he was my reason for going home. And when that happened, oh, thank you. When that happened, I just lost it for a while. I really did. It was as though, one of my children died. So I need to get back and get my perspective together again. And as soon as I go back, I'll be back on the 22nd of May. I'm going to get another dog right away. I still got my cats, but I think I might get 2 dogs this time. I usually have 3 dogs and 3 cats, but one by one, they get old, like we all do, and they go away. I forgot the question, Johanna. We were talking about...
if you're planning to do...
I'm sorry, yes. So I'll take a little bit of time off when I go home. And I'm one of those kind of people, I think like most musicians who work all the time, that once you've had 1 week off, you go, I need to work again. And that's what I'll do. So a week off, and I'll start writing for the next album. The next album will not be a concept piece. It will be an album with song-driven, song-oriented, just probably a collection of 12 or 13 songs. 13 seems a good number, but it will be that. And I already have planned the album following that will be parts 2 and 3 of Magica, because Magica is a trilogy. And following that, I will write the trilogy, the book for the 3. Yeah. I will take Magica, the first one, and make it a properly long story, and the same with 2 and 3. So I have a lot ahead of me for the next 3 years, I think. But the plans are to take a little bit of time off to do another album. We have a charity project that we're involved in as well, called Children of the Night. I've been involved with it for 10 years. We're going.
Tell us something about the charity.
Yeah, it's a charity that was started in Los Angeles, still is based in Los Angeles, is where I live. Again, it's called Children of the Night. It's for sexually abused children who are, rock fans. These are kids who go to Los Angeles dreaming to be a rock star, dreaming to be a movie star, and who are escaping from sexual abuse, escaping from horrible things that have happened in their lives. And so they go to Los Angeles thinking this is where it's all going to happen for them. And unfortunately, they're usually grabbed up by a pimp or a drug dealer, and they become drug addicts, and most of them become AIDS victims. The kids I've known for 10 years, most of them die, and I see them die over and over again. It's just terrible, terrible. I have to hold myself in because they're such wonderful kids, and I've become so close to most of them, and to see them not there anymore is, and they mean so well, and to know what they've been through, it made me a different person. It really did. It made me care more than I thought I ever did care before. So we've written the song already. The song is called Throwaway Children, and it's a song inspired by a poem that one of the kids who has passed away gave to me, because that's what they consider themselves, throwaway children. Just like a pen, when the ink goes away, their parents just throw them away when they have no more use for them, or their friends throw them away. And I thought that was so touching that I wanted to write a song that had something to do with what someone really felt who had gone through that, because I'm a lucky person. I've never had anything like that happen to me before. So the song will be done. It'll be done by 5 or 6 vocalists and 5 or 6 guitar players on the one song. Bruce Dickinson's going to do it for us, and Yngwie, who always plays on everything I do, will do it, and some other wonderful people too who have not yet been chosen, so I won't mention their names yet, but they'll all be very good to do it. With the release of that, there'll also be probably 10 or 11 songs as well, given to us by other artists, complete songs. Doro Pesch is giving us one already, and others as well, whose names I won't mention until we're sure it happens. They'll also be releasing, if you remember, we did a project called Hearing Aid. That was for Rock Relief for Africa quite a while. That was in 1985, and that was only released on CD in Japan. We're going to re-release that in CD form, along with the Children of the Night one. So there'll be 2 projects for one, 2 for the price of one. So that'll be done when we get home as well. We'll do the backing track and then gather the artists together and produce that particular project. And that's something that I'll do for the rest of my life for these kids. We were able to build them a school. We built them a home with 24 rooms, and I'm just so proud of all the people who took part, from Ozzy Osbourne to Richard Marx to the band Great White to Roseanne to Tracy Lords, who was had been in that position herself and who's now not that anymore, and they gave so much from their heart. I've learned much more about people than I ever knew before. So that's the charity, Children of the Night. Support it and look for it.